Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Madison if you are new here, and this is Daisy. She's joining me here for this video. Actually, I'm not really sure how long she's gonna last in this video, but here she is. She's even got a little sweater on right now, but she's just looking so cute. But anyways, I am so glad you clicked on today's video. Today's video is going to be a great one. We are talking about all things SEC, college football. I'm going to give you my thoughts on specifically the SEC West, because if you guys know, Auburn is my team, and I'm going to talk about how such things have surprised me, what I think about Brian Harsin, some of the teams who I thought weren't going to be very good this year, like Arkansas and Ole Miss and South Carolina. I did not give them credit. I'm going to talk a little bit about the SEC championship game and just touch on some coaching movements that have happened so far. We are about to enter into the last week of regular season college football, which is crazy if you ask me. Like, where did this go, guys? It is Thanksgiving week right now, and I just can't believe 2022 is almost here. So if you don't mind, I would mean the absolute world to me if you guys subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments below what kind of sports videos you want to see. If you want to see me talk about a specific team, talk about more NFL content, talk about a specific coach, anything, let me know down below, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. First up on our list is I have Alabama, and I'm just going to be looking at my phones for a few notes that I have so I don't forget, but Alabama is 10-1 overall, and they are 6-1 in the conference. They are currently leading the SEC West at this moment. Alabama this year, of course, Nick Saban is the GOAT. Bryce Young has done a phenomenal job. I think they are a good team this year, but I do not believe they are true Alabama fashion. I'm very interested to see how they do against Georgia. Georgia and Alabama are going to be playing for the SEC championship. I think Georgia is just on another level this season, and I really do think Alabama will struggle. Overall, though, Alabama has done pretty well this year. Their only loss is to Texas A&M. I'm very excited for the Alabama-Auburn matchup, but going off of how Auburn is playing, I think Alabama will just run up the score. But overall, very impressed with Alabama throughout the season. Just some small things they need to work on. I think Bryce Young will continue to get better. Probably by next season, he will be up to like par, 10 out of 10. And I think if I could say there was one thing that they could change, I'm not sure if Pete Golding, their defensive coordinator, is the best. But overall, Alabama is still Alabama. Alright, so moving on to Ole Miss, y'all. They are 9-2 overall, and they are 5-2 in the conference. Lane Kiffin has done an incredible job with this program. He has really turned it around. They went completely undefeated at home in Vaught Stadium, and their only losses have been on the road, one of their losses being to Auburn. But now when I think about it, I'm like, how did Auburn even pull that one off? I've been very impressed with everything. Their quarterback, Matt Corral, I think he's done an outstanding job. Overall offensive line, their play calling, I just think they have done an incredible job. And if Lane Kiffin continues to stay at Ole Miss, I think they will definitely be an SEC contender again next year. Hopefully they will just continue to improve. They will have a new quarterback next year, so that will be interesting. I've heard some things, rumors if you'll call them, about Lane Kiffin, possibly saying that he would leave Ole Miss to go to the University of Miami, which is very interesting if you ask me. So let me know your thoughts down below about how you would feel about that. But personally, I think Ole Miss has done an outstanding job. Really proud of Lane Kiffin. He's been very successful. Another coach that has come out of, I guess, training with Nick Saban, him and Kirby Smart. Round of applause to them. Very impressed with Ole Miss. Moving on to Texas A&M, we have them being 8-3 overall, and they are 4-3 in the conference. Jimbo Fisher has done a great job there. I think they weren't as strong as I was expecting them to be. I think because last year they were a little bit better. I haven't paid much attention to Texas A&M, honestly, so I can't really speak. But I do think that Jimbo Fisher might be under a little bit of pressure for next season just to have, I don't know, just to build up his program a little bit more, because he's not as the contender as Ole Miss and them. However, when he beat Alabama, I think that saved his tuchus, if you are asking me honestly, because that was huge. Anytime a team beats Alabama, that is just huge. So I give it to him. That was great. A great game to watch. I enjoyed watching that game, and definitely will be someone who is, you know, on the list to beat next year. We have Mississippi State. Mississippi State is 4-3 in the conference, and overall they are 7-4. Which honestly, Mississippi State is one team that I really slept on. If you watch my SEC talk, my other SEC talk video, I did not think they were going to be this good. I did not think Mike Leach was going to do as well as he's done this season. They beat Auburn, which was huge for them because we were ranked and they weren't ranked. They have only, they've lost 2 games at home, 2 games away. And I'm really excited for the Egg Bowl on Thursday against Ole Miss and Mississippi State. I really do think it will be a great game. Not much to say about Mississippi State. Mike Leach will be there for another year. I think his bigger wins were really huge for him this season. Again, not one of those teams that I constantly watch or know much about. So I'm just going to say very impressed with their season. They're doing a great job and they should keep it up. Moving on to the big ticket one. Y'all know me, I'm a huge Auburn fan. So Auburn is overall 6-5 and we are 3-4 in the conference. Let me just tell you guys, I had high hopes for Auburn. Beating Ole Miss was really huge because Ole Miss is such a powerhouse, and when I saw that we played them, a top 10 team, I'm pretty sure they were ranked number 10 that week going into playing them. I was nervous. I did not think the outcome was going to be the way it was. When we beat them, I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. This is going to be so huge for our team. And I just really had high hopes coming out of it, or going into it, I should say. And then even after we beat them, coming out of it, I had high hopes. I was like, oh my gosh, if we can beat a team like Ole Miss, we are golden for this season. We got this. Auburn don't got this. We are currently on a losing streak right now. A losing streak of 3 to be precise. We just lost against South Carolina. We lost against Mississippi State. And needless to say, it just has not been pretty for us. I'm not really sure what is going on, to be honest. My thoughts on Harsin specifically is, I might get some hate for this, but I honestly wish we kept Gus. I think they fired Gus way too quickly. Brian Harsin is a great coach. I'm just not sure he's a coach that is meant to be in the SEC. Granted, it's only been 1 year, not even a year because he got hired on Christmas Eve, but 1 season. And I just haven't been impressed with what he's done. But I'm hoping that changes. Maybe a new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. I'm not a fan of Derek Mason. I'm not sure if you guys heard this, but South Carolina said they ran the same 2 plays over and over again when they beat us. Whether that is true or not, still our defense should have stepped it up. If you are asking me, I would love if we got Kevin Steele back, because Kevin Steele was incredible. So I'm not really sure if it's a Brian Harsin issue, if it's his staff, or what it is. I just know it needs to be fixed. Obviously, we lost Bo Nix in the Mississippi State game. So TJ had to step up. That is our backup quarterback. Now he is our starting quarterback. Overall, at first, I was very impressed with how he did. I think it'll be very telling how he does at the Iron Bowl. Sure, there were things that weren't as good, but overall, I was impressed with how he did coming in and starting for Auburn with just a week's of preparation. So I gotta give it to him. That was awesome. What else about Auburn? We play Alabama this week. It is Iron Bowl week, and as much as I would be like, Iron Bowl week, let's get it, I am nervous for this. I think Alabama will just run us over, destroy us, and being down our starting quarterback, Bo, not sure that really helps us there, but we will see. And we'll see what coaching changes happen when the season is over. Like I mentioned, after this week, the season is over until bowl games start, which will be shortly after. So we'll just kind of see what happens to Auburn. Okay, next we have Arkansas. They are 3-4 in the conference, and they are overall 7-4. Can we just give a round of applause for Arkansas and Sam Pittman? Obviously, I'm not an Arkansas fan, but I have become a fan of Sam Pittman. This is a team that was literally, that lost every single game. They were always a team who maybe won 2-3 games. And they have just amazed me this season. And the way Sam Pittman leads their team, his leadership is just out of this world. I am so proud of Arkansas. They have really been a contender, and I hope that continues for them next season. If you guys watched the Bama game last Saturday against Arkansas, man, that was a close game, and if they would have just had maybe 2 minutes on the clock, I think they would have won. They're just a powerhouse this year. They have played and executed phenomenally. They're just phenomenal. That's what I'm trying to say. Can you guys hear her snoring? I think this is the funniest thing ever. Oh, she just heard me. But just the way Sam Pittman has really come in and turned around that program. Very similar to Ole Miss. I did not think they were going to be contenders this year, and they were. So we have LSU at the bottom. They are 2-5 in the conference, and overall 5-6. As you guys know, Ed O is out as head coach next year. They agreed to part ways, and LSU honestly has just not been the team that you all knew it was when Joe Burrow was there. I think it has been a coaching issue because they do have a lot of great recruits. And a lot of good boys playing on the team. It just hasn't properly, I guess, transferred over to the field when they've been playing. So yeah, that kind of wraps up the SEC East. I do not think Bama will win this SEC championship game. However, I do think they might make it into the top 4 depending on who else loses, who else wins their championships. So I would not count them out for a national championship just quite yet. As for Auburn, as soon as this game ends, the game against Alabama, we'll be done. We'll get a bowl game, and my goodness, I just hope we can pull it together for next season because we play a lot of our tough teams on the road. So we play Georgia on the road, Bama on the road, Ole Miss on the road. Lots of good teams who will be on the road. Yep. So just touching on the SEC East for a minute, we have Georgia, who is 8-0. You guys know I cannot stand Georgia. I hate Georgia. Ugh. Georgia, no. However, they are 8-0, and I gotta give it up to them. They have been amazing this season. I do think they will dominate Alabama. Their defense is going to get Alabama, and then their offense, they might have a slow start, but once they get that momentum going, they are a powerhouse this year, and you do not want to mess with Georgia. Kentucky surprised me this year, and they started out so strong, kind of fell apart a little bit, but they're only 8-3 overall. They're 8-3. So I mean, when I say they fell apart, I think they just maybe things didn't go quite their way in some of their games, but overall, 8-3 is a great record, and they've had quite a season. So Kentucky, Ole Miss, Arkansas, I gotta give it to them this year. They really just blew it out of the water. They're 6-5. Shane Beamer, first-year head coach, he's got them to a bowl game, or to be eligible for a bowl game. Props to him. That's amazing. They beat a power team like Auburn. He's done very well. I'm very interested for the South Carolina-Clemson game. We have Florida. They are overall 5-6 in the conference. They are 2-6. And as you guys know, Dan Mullen is out. The news came out yesterday that they were firing him. And I mean, I do feel really bad for Dan Mullen. He seems like a great guy. Just might not be a fit for Florida anymore, but I give a lot of respect to them, especially for going through a job loss in such a public eye, basically. Nobody wants to be fired, and then all eyes are on you, and you have everybody's attention. So that is pretty much what I think this year about all of our SEC teams. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys have thought of all SEC teams, what your team is, who you would like to see in the bowl games. And yeah, I just cannot believe we are in the last week of games. It's rivalry week. And I just can't wait to see where all these coaches go. We have Ed O, Dan Mullen, if Lane Kiffin leaves Ole Miss, which would be huge, just because of what he's done there. So lots to keep you guys posted about during the off season, and during the time between bowl games, I'm going to do a video once everybody's season concludes, probably after the SEC championship game, just about overall everybody's season. Let me know if you guys are going to the SEC championship game. It will definitely be a good game. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you would like to see more videos like this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which will probably be my Thanksgiving video, so make sure you look out for that, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!